I was extremely happy today to be working on a pair of shoes that aren't black for once. So this is how I make my cream rope lace Air Force Ones. So the first thing I did was remove the laces, and because I'm putting rope laces in them, I can hold on to the debris. The sheer amount of them I have just shows you how many rope laces I've done in the past. Anyway, because I will be painting the whole shoe cream, I had to acetone the whole thing. Then I can move on to making the holes bigger for the ropes. The customer wanted 8mm ropes, so that's why I didn't have to make them too big, but just big enough. And then I can use my Dremel to make the holes like perfectly circle. I use safety goggles just in case anything flies off, and when I was doing this, something almost did fly off and hit me in my eye, so it was lucky I was wearing those. And look at the difference. Technically I don't have to use the Dremel to make them circular because the ropes would go through anyway, but it's just so that it looks nicer, do you know what I mean? And after I've done that, I can go ahead and start airbrushing the cream color. So this is the color that I use. It's called Natural from Sneakers Yard. I actually haven't done a pair of these in a long time, and I think the last time I did them I used my old airbrush, and honestly these used to take me so long to do, but since I've got this Iwata airbrush, the paint just comes out beautifully, and I don't have to thin it down usually that much. In this case I didn't have to thin it down at all, so you can just see how good the airbrush is, really. I will have a list for the products that I use for this specifically in my Amazon storefront, so if you wanted to go ahead and have a look at that, I will link it in my bio. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you how many coats of paint I did. I just keep going until the shoe's fully covered, so I will leave that to your discretion. Moving on, I go ahead and make a sort of lace tip with masking tape so that it's easy to thread through the holes, and once I've done that, I can go ahead and make a real lace tip using this. It's called heat shrink tubing, and they usually use it for like wires, like damaged wires, but they work perfectly for lace tips as well. I like to have my lace tip at the bottom of where the shoe ends, but yeah, that's just how I like to do it. And then I use my heat gun to shrink it around the rope, and then I just touch it up with the scissors and going over it again with the heat gun. What I'm showing you here is the shine that the shoes have because of the paint. I really don't enjoy the shine, so I like to go over them with a matte finish. I don't know, I just really like a matte finish on a shoe. I'm not sure why. I think it just looks a lot more factory when it has a matte finish rather than shiny. But yeah, once the shoes are dry, they're all done. As always, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one.